Okay, good night. Good evening, everyone, and let's get started for tonight. This night we are going to be looking at.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see you all here.
So we're going to be looking at the remaining soft skills, though we might not be able to cover them because all the soft skills we identified is quite important to us. So, but we're going to be looking at adaptability as a project manager and um, time management. So please let us not be distracted by this holiday thing. Whether holiday or no holiday, you have a lot of work to do. Looking at your base camp, field camp, you've not even done anything. So you go and get yourself busy. All right, let's move to our lesson notes. So, what is adaptability? Adaptability is the ability to be flexible and adjust plan, strategies, and approaches in response to changing project requirements, priorities, or circumstances. Project managers must be adaptable to navigate uncertainties, embrace changes, and ensure project success. As project managers, we should be a bit flexible, not that we are going to be allow ourselves to be pushed around because we need to be adaptable, but we are not going to be rigid and because we are working with human beings. Human beings, we are dynamic, we can change, so we are not like static objects. So we reason, when we see reason, we reason along, more especially when there is provision made for such changes. So let's look at key aspects of adaptability, flexibility, embrace changes and uncertainties, remaining open to new ideas, feedback, and perspective, and adjusting plan or strategies as needed to accommodate evolving project need. Project is all about uncertainties, and when there is changes in plan, more especially if it's a strategic change, we have to try to understand with the stakeholders. When provision are being made, we understand with the stakeholders. We can't stand our say, no, this is not the agreement. No, this is not what is in the. Yeah, in as much as we are making reference, the reference we are making is to help us to get the best out of the changing environment. But changes are part of life, part of project, part of what we are doing. If stakeholders feel that these things are changing and we need to change along, you can't say no. So you have to be a bit flexible. Resilience, maintain composure and resilience in the face of setback or challenges. Viewing obstacles as opportunity for growth and learning rather than a barrier to success. When we have setback, every setback comes with a lot of learning curves, lesson learned. These are some of the lessons we can, use to as a springboard to relaunch ourselves, even in our projects. So we don't give up on our project because things are not working out the way we expect it to work. That's why we're project managers. Project managers, we are there to, like a captain, when there is a turbulence in the air. You see all these air captains, pilots. So because there is a turbulence, they will jump into their parachute and fly away. No. When there is turbulence, as a project manager, this is the time you show that you are a leader, and then reaffirm, let the people on board know that here you are under control, situation is under control, not taking the available parachute and jumping out and leave. So that is like, I see some people, when there is situation in projects, they quickly want an exit route. They want to resign. They want to hand over to this. They want to run away because they don't want their names to be mentioned. Then if you are not that kind of person, your name can never be mentioned in the book of history. It's those that have resilience, in difficult time. These are the people that their name will be recorded in the book of time, because it's coming out of difficult times and become successful. That's where you should be working with your project. Your project is just like a child handed onto you to look after. So are you going to leave your child because your child is sick? No. You have to do the needful to make sure that your child is healthy again. So that is part of resilience and creativity. As a project manager, we are born creative people. And during the course of your training, there's a lot of creative ideas, creative techniques, creative tool. Being in tech means that technology comes with a lot of creative ways of solving problems, so many of them. You think of creative ideas, alternatives to do things. You can't just give up. That's why, for instance, I saw some of us talking about Microsoft projects. Microsoft project is costlier. To buy a Microsoft project, let's not talk about the pirated one. Microsoft project, which is some of the tools we are using, is costlier than even the boot camp. And somebody who cannot afford, I see so many of you struggling to even pay the cost of the boot camp, and you tell the person that before you participate, you will pay for Microsoft projects, you pay for VCO, you will pay. There are so many tools. When you pay all those things, of course, they are not going to enroll. And there are so many alternatives. Creatively, we decided to get other tools that can give you what Microsoft tools like Project Labor, Draw.io, and everybody is happy. You are using it. These are free tools we use, and this has reduced the cost of this program. And a lot of people are joining, a lot of people are enjoying it, a lot of people are breaking through. That is creativity. You can apply creativity. Creativity comes with a lot of innovation. So think creatively and innovatively to develop alternative solutions or approaches to address unexpected challenges or constraints, leveraging available resources and expertise. So we can always do it. Risk management. Anticipate potential risk or disruptions to project progress and develop contingency plans or mitigation strategies to address them proactively. We must work proactively. That is why we say risk. It has not happened. We must move ahead of time. That's what makes us professionals. If we are always dealing with issues, why are we project managers? Project managers, we are meant to have eagle eyes. Eagle eyes is that you see it coming, you already see it coming. You always think one step ahead of others. Before things happen, you already anticipate. You feel it and you see it coming. And you and your team, you already navigated it. So these are what we call, risk management. So contingency plans. Don't you spend all your resources once. Have some resources reserved for the rainy day. There will always be a rainy day in our life, in projects, all the time. So don't think it's going to be different here. No, you've learned a lot of strategy. No, rainy day will always come. So make provision for that. But when it comes, it's not going to be a shock. It's when we don't make plans, that is when shock comes. So in your project, be proactive. It's going to be helpful when we think proactively. Mr. Chika Harrison, if I click on your button, I might be removing you, and you are not going to be you won't like it. So communication, communicate changes or adjustments to project plans or strategies clearly and transparently to team members and stakeholders, ensuring alignment and understanding. Project belongs to the team and to the stakeholders. No project document is their personal document. Everything you do, you must be transparent. And what I was saying, project, when I was saying free camp, is going to make you a more transparent project manager. Yes, it's good. You have your project plan. You've planned for the project, it's on your plan, and you shared copies of the project plan. Good. But while the project is going on, there are some certain things you will be doing on that project plan. Others are not seeing it. It's only you that have that project plan that have. So project plan is your blueprint. You use it to manage the project. But that sharing a copy of the plan is not enough for you to be transparent. You need a collaborative tool like FreeCamp, Asana, model.com. There's so many of them. If you master how to use one, you master how to use all of them. There, any action you take, all the team members are seeing it. Any comments you make, they are seeing it. That is how a project should be run. So that if you click on activities, trend, everybody see sequence of activity, what everybody is doing. Nobody can lie against any team member here because everything is transparent. So try to be transparent. If you are not using these tools that will help you to be, you have to start using them, adopt them. So once you have all this, you see you become more adaptable, more flexible, more resilient, more creative, and you see yourself handling difficult situation like a pro. And that's what makes you a good project manager. Practical application of adaptability, scope changes. All the time, scope changes. Okay, even in this our project, who tell you that you might not have a scope change, even in this full track, you might have a scope change, and you welcome it with open mind. All you need is being proactive, creative, resilient. So respond to changes in project scope or requirement by adjusting plans, timelines, and resource allocation accordingly, ensuring alignment with project objective and stakeholders' expectation. So you will continue to pilot. Piloting is not, you keep on pressing different buttons, just like steering. If you are a driver on the road, if you hold the steering like this, you don't just hold it like this and you start driving. You continue to turn. That is how project is. That is adjustment. You continue adjusting. You know, you see a lot of potholes. That is a bending. That is how you continue to. That is what we call adjustment, changes. You are traveling to somewhere and you might, as you are getting there, you see there is a very big pothole. You never expected that. You have to adjust, break. This is the same thing we manage projects. So we must have to, we already know how to handle scope change. We handle that already, and it should be part of us by now. Resource constraints, address resource constraints or limitation by reallocating resources, outsourcing tasks, or seeking alternative solutions to ensure project progress and success. Yeah. So many ways we can handle it. For instance, if we are meant to work as project managers, and let me use this example as well. If you're hiring project managers, yes, all the project managers you hire, for instance, you tend to hire 2 project manager or one, let's say 1 project manager and 2 business analysts. And you are meant to procure for both of all the, let's say 3 of them, Microsoft projects and 2 license for VCU. You know, it's a lot of money. And you can see you're already struggling with finances in that project. Why not go for the free tools? Introduce your team to the free tools they can use. They get the same results. That is being creative here. Managing your resources, you have resource constraints, look for alternative solutions. These are ways. You don't just say, no, you must provide. And these are some of the things when organizations are seeing the way you manage, that's the way they look at you as a valuable asset. They can go to any length to keep you because the way you manage resources. So these are some of the things we're talking about. For instance, now I'm a project manager here, or let me say I'm a program manager. I have project coming on with a meager resources. I know that hiring project managers here in UK is very costly. What do? I'll go and look for remote project managers. I'll dive into Nigeria and I'll start recruiting project managers, business analysts from Nigeria. They will do, so many of them will do better job than UK-based project managers. I'm telling you. All you need is look for different area and buy that. If you mean to be buying equipment for your project here in UK, they are very costly. Why not look at China? Import them from China, where it's very, you see you reducing cost. You can't just say, if it's not from Amazon, I'm not buying. Yes, Amazon, most of the product in Amazon is very good product, but you can look for other areas where there's cheap products and look for good products there and help you deliver. So these are way of managing mega small resources. If you have small budgets, having small budget doesn't mean you cannot deliver. That is when we see the real project managers and those who are not project managers. Some mothers, I'm not trying to say, but some mothers, no amount, if you see them with little amount of money, they will prepare a very good pot of soup. Or some, if it's not a big budget, they are not ready to go to market. You must, they'll tell you must bring big money, things have changed though. So, okay. Technology adoption. Embrace new technology or tools that enhance project efficiency, collaboration, and communication, adapting workflow and processes to leverage technological advancements effectively. A project manager is a good tech expert. You are very good in tech. It doesn't matter. One of you asked a question and you are saying she got an opportunity for an event project manager, and she don't want to take that opportunity because she want to be in tech, a tech project manager. So my question here is, what do you mean by you don't want to be don't want to take the opportunity? Project manager, whether in an event, whether in a NHA hospital, whether in the market, whether in the church, you are a tech professional. What makes you a tech professional is how to use technology to do your work, use technology to solve your problem for your organization. It's not where your organization, what your organization is selling. Who tell you that once you are working with Microsoft, you are a tech professional? If you are an accountant in Microsoft, you are not, you are an accountant. Who tell you that accountant is a tech professional? Accountant, you can just be, all you need, they train you how to use the particular accounting package they are using. Maybe account payable or account receivable, you just be posting entries. Or who tell you that if you are a cleaner in Microsoft, you are a tech professional? You are not. You are a cleaner. You are not a tech pro. So, but if you are in a church, managing all their projects very well, all their activities, events, you are a top tech professional. Is the ability to use tools, technological tools, know how to use them to solve problems, save resources for your organization. Technology is very good for transparency and cost savings. If you know how to use it, you are going to save a lot of cost for your organization. And that is what we are talking about tech. It's not about where you work or industry you work that makes you a tech pro. So it's your role that makes you a tech. So a project manager is a top tech professional. We are not talking about industry, because everything you use top technology to do your job. Market dynamics. Respond to changes in market condition, customer preference, or industry trends by adjusting project strategies or priorities to remain competitive and meet evolving need. So market is always dynamic, more especially when it comes to technology. Today, things are changing. Customer preferences are changing. Things too. You must know how to adapt to changing environments very well. So adaptability is a crucial skill in project management, enabling project managers to respond effectively to changing project requirements, circumstances, and priorities. By cultivating adaptability, project managers can navigate uncertainties, embrace changes, and ensure project success in dynamic, evolving project environment. So we need to be very much flexible and adaptable. Not only project managers. For us to live in harmony in this earth as a human being, we must always be so adaptive. Adaptability is our second nature. Okay. Without wasting time, let's go to the second topic for tonight, and that is time management in project management. So as a project manager, how do you manage time? Do you play along with your time? As a project manager, time is everything in projects. Time management is the process of prioritizing tasks, allocating resources, and managing workload efficiently to meet project deadline and objectives. Effective time management enables project managers to optimize productivity, minimize delay, and deliver results. And the key word here is this: minimize delay. You see this delay? How do we minimize delay? Because there's a lot of delays. That's why, because of these delays, that's why you keep on looking for extension of time, minimize delays. So the only way you can minimize delay is to manage your time effectively. How do we manage that time? Talk about deadlines, project deadlines, meeting project deadlines. So these are keywords we have to have at the back of our mind. Deadlines and delays. You see, we're in Create Camp PSD to look at what we are doing. You see, some of you plan for an activity without timeline. How do you do that? Every step you take in project management involves time. Every activity involves time. So you must always decide when activity is starting and when activity is finishing. So, because we have sequence, when you have delay in your own, it's going to have a knock-on effect. You start delaying other people's activity, and you see that's it become a crisis period. Simple delay can create a crisis period. You see what we'll do, the one we'll do here, we can always go back and readjust time, but you can't be doing that in professional setting. You can't, because a lot of people are waiting for you to finish your task. You can't just delay people. A lot of activities are waiting. A lot of board meetings are waiting for you to do that your own work. A lot of third-party companies decisions to be made for you to finish your reports. If a report is supposed to take 2 days and it's taking you 5 days, a lot of people are flying from different parts of the world, from New York to UK to attend a meeting, booking hotels, a lot of logistics, and you come and tell them that the report is not ready. What are you talking about? So we must learn how to minimize delay. It's very, very important. You cannot be coming to meeting late all the time. All the time you have an excuse why you are late. You're always late. If you're always late, I'm not saying at least once in a while something can happen, but as a project manager, you shouldn't be always late, because it's not a good principle. So you must try to find a way, and it's available for you to learn on how to do that by first prioritization. Prioritization, identify and prioritize tasks based on their importance, urgency, and the impact on the project's objective, focusing on high priority activities and contribute most to the project success. So if you are going to not be having problems with stakeholders, number one, identify those key important tasks, activities, prioritize them as high, and treat them as important activities. Those important activities, you must do what you need to do to make sure that there is no delay. You must not exceed the deadlines within such environments, such areas. And for you to do that, it involves planning. Develop detailed plan, schedules and timeline that outlines key milestones, deliverables, deadlines, allocating resources, and estimating task duration accurately. So those high priority areas, even all the project, but more especially high priority areas, you must have thorough planning. And if you see project management tools like Project Labor, it's all about planning. They are planners. They are top, and that's why they are paying all this. They are paying you for planning. They are paying you for using this technology. If you know how to use them, companies are ready to pay you, because these are the people that will help them out of messy environment, planning very well. So you must learn how to plan. All these tools, we've learned about it. You should know how to use all these tools, like the way you use your mobile phone, pressing it all the time, you master everything. That's all this planner. Project Labor, some of us have not gone back to Project Labor since we finished. If I'm you, I should always be using it, even managing my playing around learning you if there is any other thing I have to find out. Exploration, organization, organize project-related information, documents, and resources systematically. Ensure easy access and retrieval when needed, and facilitate efficient work process. If you go to Freed Camp, when you see the demo, when I was doing a demo for you, I captured within the folder, I created folder for everything. I break the work into good work breakdown structure, capturing all the key stages, like the initiate stage, planning stage, execute stage, and closure stage. You saw me do that. Then I went to the project in the folder area. I created folder for every of that stage. It means that once we are saving a file that is coming from initiate stage, is going to initiate folder. When somebody is looking for such files, like they go to initiate folder, they are looking for project brief. Everybody know that project brief should be at initiate folder. If they are looking for file within planning, like project plan, it should be on the planning folder. And that is how you systematically plan. All this will save you time. If you just drop everything in one folder, it might take you 2 days trying to search when you have thousands of files and you do not name your file, you didn't arrange your file. You will suffer to get a file. But when it is well arranged, that is organized, be highly organized in your project work environment, it's very, very important. I do all these things I'm saying, I've do it by practicing it. It's not by talking. You see me, I do it. You do it too. That's what is expected of you. So when you plan an activity like that, very easy. And you see there, all the templates, I go there, I create another folder, I call it project template. So if I'm uploading template, you are going to, it's not going to be on the, I'm not going to go to initiate folder and be uploading templates there. No. So you go to templates. If there is need for us to be uploading our video, you call it video library. So when people just come into the project repository, they know where all the files are. They just get what they are. That saves time. So that is it. And to make things more easier for you, you don't do everything alone as a project manager. All these people you are working with, team members, they are there for you to help you move this project. They are part of that project. Keep them busy. Show them you trust them. Have confidence in them. If they are not performing, find a way to upskill them, but you must engage them. Assign things for them to do. Don't do everything. Don't feel that they are not going to get it the way you want it to be. Then why are they there? So delegate tasks and responsibility to team members based on their skills, expertise, and availability, empowering them to take ownership and accountability for their work. Is important. If you feel they are not skilled, they know why are they there? They are all skilled people. If they need upskilling, try to upskill them. Monitoring. Monitor progress, project schedule and timeline regularly. Identify potential delay. Don't, as a team member, Don't just wait till the day we are going to have a meeting. Jacqueline, I don't tolerate this in my class, so you better put yourself on mute. So, monitoring, you don't wait till when is you know that we are going to have an update meeting with Charles, and Mr. Charles might want to visit um, Freight Camp, and you start rushing to. I see some of you are telling me you didn't tell me, you didn't tell us we are going to. What do you mean I didn't tell you are going to? Do I need to tell you to visit your work environment? I don't need to tell you to do that, you know, so that I will tell you you rush. Are you who is deceiving who? You are deceiving yourself, not me. You should visit. I always say it, make sure team members, not even the team lead, should visit there at least once every, at least 30 minutes, spend 30 every day to see if there is upcoming event or whether something has been assigned to you. You don't need to wait for maybe they call you on phone to go and do this. And you, the team lead, I'm saying team lead because you are serving now as the project manager. All of us are project manager. Always monitor activities. Know who are not doing their work. This work is approaching delay, is approaching the deadline, and it seems they have not even started. You have to monitor them. Are you doing their what are the stage? You must monitor them to the extent of knowing the stage they are in. That is why you are a project manager. You are not a project manager to go to your office, workplace, and drink tea and coffee. So monitor, and you see adaptability comes in here again. Be flexible and adaptable in response to changes in project scope, requirements, or priority. Adjust plan and schedule as needed to accommodate shifting priorities and unforeseen challenges. So adaptability is very, very important. And time tracking. Track time spent on tasks and activities accurately using time tracking tools or techniques to identify inefficiency, optimize workflow, and improve productivity. So all these tools we are using, they have time trackers. Both projects, labor, both Microsoft project, both Freight Camp, all of them, they have time trackers, meaning that when you set a time, it will always show deadlines, means things like this is be tracking who are messing about, who are not sticking to time. So all these time trackers will be showing that. Calendar, if you know how to use calendar as well, you can use calendar very well, equally to block important times. If you have an important engagement, use calendars, show them, all those things is very, very important. Practical application of time management, time prioritization, use prioritization techniques such as Eisenhower matrix or ABS method to identify and focus on tasks and the tasks that are urgent and important while delegating or deferring less critical time. There are so many task management tools, but the main thing is that most of the tools we are using, or every tools we use, have inbuilt time management that you don't even use third-party time management if you know how to use them very well. So some of all these tools we are using, they have pop-ups. Automate them. Some of the activities are time important, automate them so that if you need a reminder, they always remind you. If you like, I say, if you know how to use calendar, all these calendar, they know how to, you know, when you automate a particular time for yourself as a reminder, it will always let you know when your next meeting is coming up. You don't even need um you don't need a virtual assistant to come and start reminding you your next meeting is in 30 minutes or package. Well, you automate all this, even simple like simple calendar, you don't have problem. Schedule optimization. Optimize project schedule and timeline by identifying critical paths, dependencies, and constraints, allocating resources effectively. Here we have critical paths, info, and dependency. When we are talking about project labor, we are using them. We see how we have dependencies. Dependencies are these areas we need to know which one is coming first, what is the critical part, where do we need to be playing around. If you plan your project very well, put all the dependencies where they are supposed to put, automatically it will show you your critical path areas that need to be respected if you want to, tell yourself the truth about your project. So all these tools we are using have everything we need. It's just that we don't use them and we don't want to master them. If you want to master them, it has got everything we use to manage our project when it comes to time planning and management. Resource allocation, allocate resources such as personnel, budget, and equipment efficiently to ensure that project tasks are completed on time and within budget constraints. So when you plot everything, allocate everything very well, you see that you are not going to run out of budget. You are running out of budget when you are having delays because you are paying these people. And when some group of people within their team are delaying others, you are not going to, for instance, they hire me to work on a project for 6 months. Within that 6 months, I will continue to get paid. Even if I don't do anything, I'll continue to get paid, because I'm not the one delaying myself. I'm always available to work. But when some group of people, the project managers are not keen on monitoring who is not doing their job and will have delays. As you're having delays, if we are meant to do the project in 6 months, we can have the delay can push us to do the project in 8 months. And that 8 months is creating additional costs, which we didn't budget for. So, but if you plan very well, activities, no delays, then you won't have any time for you to start crying that you are running out of budget. So, there's what we call time blocking. Block out dedicated slots for specific time or activities in your schedule. Like if you go to these calendars, you can block some time for yourself, particular meeting, particular activities, you block this time. When people, because the way it should be in an organization is if people want to come for you for meeting, they are not going to come to you directly to ask you, Charles, are you available for a meeting? No, they will go to the calendar. From the calendar, they will look at my activities and they will see what I've planned for myself for the week and what I've planned. So if I have a lot of meetings booked out. You see, all those areas are booked out and having a meeting, it is going to be difficult for them to book for a meeting. So people do not come to you to ask you for a meeting. They go to the calendar and book for a meeting. The calendar you are using, all of us. So they know the calendar will show when you are available. It's only when you are available that they can choose to have a meeting with you. So if you are using calendar very well, it's going to act as a time blocking tool for you, for you to block out dedicated specific times so that people will not come within those blocked time to book a meeting for you, because you have blocked it out as a priority time for yourself for dedicated meetings. And deadline management. Break down project deliverable into smaller manageable tasks with clear deadlines, setting realistic expectation and milestone to track progress and ensure time completion. So that's why from the beginning it's important to do what we call work breakdown structure, meaning you break things smaller into manageable stages. Once you are happy that it has been broken down into manageable stages, then you can use that to start planning your project. If it's as a very chunky stage, it's going to be difficult, because if you are managing a chunky task, you might miscalculate, because in some of them, as you are working on it, they are expanding because you didn't, estimate the workload very well. But if you try to break it down very small, it's going to be easy for you to understand the workload and attach time duration to it. But if you didn't break it down, you might not know how big that workload is going to be. So that's why it's important for this always know how to do a work breakdown structure first, break everything into smaller stages, and manage it from there. So these are all the soft skills that should be within your head. How to manage your time. If you're a good time manager and you are a very adaptable person, these are some of the things that will help you to stand out as a project manager. Not only you must know how to apply all these things and let it become part of your personality. If it's not part of your personality, no matter how you use the tools, no matter how you learn about the tools, you will not even use it very well. But if it's become part of your personality and it start living out of you, starting from coming to meeting time, when you have a meeting, you try to respect the meeting time. Some of us, since we start this boot camp, they've never been on it. They will always join when the class have started. It's not a good practice. But some of you will always be here 5 minutes before the class starts. That is a good way to start. It's a practice makes perfect. You have to start from simple ones you can do, coming to meeting on time, and you see over time you start building on all this. So thank you. And in conclusion, the time management is critical skill in project management, enabling project managers to prioritize tasks, allocate resources, and meet deadlines effectively. Mastering time management techniques, project managers can optimize productivities, minimize delay. This delay is very important that we all know All learn how to minimize delays and deliver successful projects on time and within the meager budget we find ourselves. So whether if you are a seasoned project manager, you don't need to be scared about budget. You always find a way to manage your budget very well if you know what you are doing. All right. And this is where we are going to talk about questions you have, and I can then start responding to some of the questions we are going to be having here. So, yeah, so you can see these are soft skills. Soft skills we need to master. Jane Evans,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
My question, what I want to ask is not on the question on what we did now, but I had an issue I want to inform you on. I've
Please
not been
hold it,
onboarded on
hold it,
FredCam.
hold it. If you've not been in my class before, you don't come and bring irrelevant issues. So ask your neighbors how to address such issues. So you better bring your hand. Um, I'm not the one that is the cause of you are not onboarded. So Jane, Chineye James.
Okay, okay. I thought Jane was going to speak first.
No, Jane doesn't have relevant issues to talk about.
Okay.
So should address everything should be addressed where it should be addressed.
I've
We are
already
learning, we
sent
are
it, but
learning
no
to
reply. That's why I brought
we
it
are,
here.
we are learning to be principled. We have to start from somewhere, and that is what this class. You have to be principled.
I've already done that and nobody replied me. I've done like many times. I didn't get any reply. That's why I brought it here.
Everyone, and I will keep on. Even today, I responded to so many people. So, Chineye, please
Yeah,
continue.
so basically what I wanted to say is not a question on this topic. However,
It's not a question on this topic, then leave it till we finish those that have got question on the topic.
okay, that's fine.
Okay. Cyprian,
And it's not, also not a question on this topic.
then you leave it. Eddie Donko, Eric Donko.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity. My question is, I've been shopping around to see any affordable calendar organizer. Do you have any idea, any calendar that you can recommend that is cheap or free?
Of course, there is
Or
calendar. There we have calendars. Microsoft, I'm sorry, Google Calendar is one of the best calendar in the whole world, and it's free. Google Calendar, I use it every day, so it's there for you to use. If you use Microsoft, everything about Microsoft you have to pay. But if you
Mm.
know how to use Google Calendar, it's good. So start from there, learn how to use it. You can automate a lot of things with your Google Calendar.
Oh, okay. If there's
Yeah.
automations, then I will look into it and learn how to automate. Because I wanted to know how I could schedule with my clients and
Okay. If you are
block.
looking at this my this thing here. You see, this is you can see it as I'm pointing at it. So all you need is to have a Google account. Once you have a Google account, there's a lot of things you can really do with your Google account free of charge. See, that is Google Calendar. So from there, if you learn how to use it very well, it's going to solve you a lot of headache.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Then we are done with those who have related questions. I've spoken about Jen. Jen should go to, because I don't solve onboarding problem here. I solve it from the platform. So you go to the platform and register your grievances there. So that's it for Jane Evans. Okay, for Cyprian Emiche. Are you not onboarded as well?
No, I'm onboarded. My simple question, good evening. My simple question is, what's the difference? I'm just getting a little confused. What's the difference between Freed Camp and Project Libre?
Okay. Freed Camp is a project collaborative environment. It's where all the team members will come together to collaborate and manage the project. Collaboration means that everybody can work on that platform simultaneously. So I can be doing my own work from there, you doing your own work from there. All of us are seeing what we are doing. You are not blocking my space. I'm not blocking your space, and all of us are working. It's like an office, a virtual office. Just see it like when you come to your organization, you have an office. For instance, if you are, let me say, finance department. If you come to finance department, you see a lot of people on their desk, on their table, and everybody is working and seeing what you are typing on your screen. Everybody is seeing. We have folders. We have where we have our phone. If you come to, we have a notice board where I can go and have see what is going on notice board. We have conference room where we can go and have a chat. The only thing we don't have there is that we don't have a kitchen where we are going to do tea and coffee. But outside that, we have it in Freed Camp, and we have it in other project collaborative tools. Is for collaboration. Is an environment. Is a virtual office. You are working. You are not blocking me. You are seeing when they ask you to do something. You are doing it. You know, and everything is working well. So it's collaborative. Okay, coming to Project Libre. Project Libre is a tool you use as a project manager to plan your projects. It's just like a pen and a paper. You write, you use it to write, but in this case, you are not doing it manually. You are doing it with a tool. It's not for collaboration. So it helps you to prepare a document called project plan. After planning that project plan, you can export that plan where you can share it with your line manager to review, maybe senior project manager or program manager to look at your plan, or share it with your team members. They will look at that document. It's a document. You continue to use that document, make input on that document, use that document to plan your daily activity on your project. So it becomes a blueprint From there, you can always go to Freight Camp to do your work. So most of it, everything you are doing on Freight Camp is coming from that project plan. So project plan becomes blueprints on you, the way you manage project. That from the project plan, from the project plan, you can go there and create another project plan there, in like a work breakdown structure where you create activities, assign activities within different stages and assign them to team members with time, and follow it up. Monitor who is not doing their own, monitor which one is priority projects, and you collaborate, you chat about, people will talk about their challenges while doing their job within the Freight Camp. You see the environment where there is chatting, comments. That's where people can ask questions, talk about what they are doing, and people will be responding, and that's the way it should be. And this is the way we work. If you are working in an office environment, you chat. When you have having issues, you can talk to your neighbor. I don't know what is happening with my laptop today. In Freight Camp, you can equally chat. Call somebody's name and tell the person, actually, where can I get calendar to, and the person will say, oh, you don't need to get external calendar like Google Calendar. Do you know that Freight Camp have an inbuilt calendar that works? So you see, that is what these two technologies does in project management. None of them is blocking any of them. You need both of them. You have to use both of them. You can't substitute them. They are meant to be used together if you know how to use them very well. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, yes, you are. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Duncan, I've spoken with you. I don't know if you are raising a second hand or I see that last one. Eze Onyekachi.
Good evening, Mr. Pell. Please, I want to ask if the Creed Camp is an app, and how do we onboard? Like, assuming you are working on a project now, how do you onboard the stakeholders, like other team members you are working with?
Just the way you onboard people, that's the way you onboard. A stakeholder is a user. Just bring them there the way you are bringing other people. The only thing is that you might not be assigning them responsibilities, but they have access to see what you are doing. They have access to, there is level of access you can give to people. There are some people you can bring visitors in and board them as visitors. They cannot collaborate, but they will see everything that is going on. We call it view only. For so if you learn Project Labor and the access level, you know, not Project Labor, Freight Camp, sorry, and the access level, access control. There is level of access you can give to everybody, depending on the power of that particular stakeholder. So you onboard them just the way you, and mind you, all of you have that. I've given everybody enough access. So all these people coming to me have not been onboarded. Go to your team lead. They all have power to onboard you. As a matter of fact, I've given up everything about Freight Camp. I've given all the team lead. They have power to onboard team members at this point. If you have not been onboarded, go and meet your team leads to onboard you going forward. Is that clear? So, as Onyekacha, I think I've spoken to you. So That is it. So, okay. Chineye James Effiong.
Yes, sir. Okay, I know this might be already overtaken by events. However, recognizing that you mentioned that in this class, that how you do little things matter and all of that, I wanted to note that for the poll that I had a progress status report prepared for it, I didn't have a chance to talk about that during the initial engagement. So I had to note that to you just for your attention.
Okay, you prepared a report for the,
Yes.
so you want to,
Not necessarily, but I can send it to you in private or share it in the room because I know that time as we have fast spent our time. But I do have that, just so you know, in case you are placing
if you if you want to beat the record of INEC, I'm not going to stop that. So I encourage everybody to do better. So if you want to present your report, we are going to be honorably accept that, and I hope you issue us with a certificate of return as well.
Okay, sir. Okay, so let me share that. Okay, you're already sharing, sir. So I think you.
Okay, let me stop sharing because when you talk about democracy around the world, people tend to respect.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I wasn't even expecting you. I thought you would lambast me.
No, I'm a democratic person, so when you talk about democracy, we're all craving for a better world.
Okay, thank you, sir, and we appreciate that. So this is the report here. It shows the project overview. It shows Food Tracker Expansion Project, Christmas Holiday Break Pool. That is the project. And I'm the ABLE project manager. And this is the date. Here is the executive summary. It notes the different switches that happened within the project life cycle, including the movement from Facebook to WhatsApp, and try to do a comparative analysis or analytics, if you may, of the behavior demographics of the people who voted on Facebook and why the outcome flipped as we moved it to WhatsApp. I will share this so I don't just read out and take most of our time. I'll share it in the room. But these are the important subtopics. The status indicators are there. There was no budget. Please may it be known that Mr. Charles did not give me the budget, money to do this project. I don't know if that is acceptable. Mr. Charles will tell us.
Yeah, but you're already an employee, so you know how you receive your salary. So there's no budget for that. We have all the tools you need.
Okay. So moving forward, we recognize the risk and issues and also profile mitigation plan for them. So as you can see as well, we have next step, which is the fact that this communication has been shared across the entire interns, and everyone is now aware that we are closing from tomorrow after tomorrow's class and resuming on the 8th of January 2025. And attachments, I will share the poll distribution and the poll result data. And then I included lesson learned from here, and which is quite instructive and interesting because I was actually watching closely how the whole thing flipped. And these were a few lessons learned I could derive from it. And thanks to one of our able stakeholders who called my attention to get lesson learned from what was going on. So I don't remember your name, but thank you. And this is a conclusion. The project has been successfully concluded with Christmas holiday break dates confirmed and communicated. The objectives were met, the deliverables were completed on time. However, the shift in the voting behavior between Facebook and WhatsApp provides a valuable insight into how platform choices can impact poll results. These lessons will be useful in our future projects, including that involves polling or surveys, ensuring a more consistent and accurate process. Thank you so much for listening and for the opportunity. Sign off, PM Chineye James Effiong. Thank you. I'll stop sharing now.
Okay. We've all heard from the INEC lady, and that's a comprehensive report. And yeah, we said thank you for the way you handled, you took the assignment, and not only responded very well, but give it a professional touch with this comprehensive report. So officially, everybody now knows our stand, like the election has been declared, and those who voted for different environments, no victor, no vanquish. So if you are coming tomorrow, if you have a gift, if you have a word of encouragement or farewell, anything you want to say to us, package it and come and say Happy Christmas in advance. As we are going, if a team choose to continue to work on their project, they still can do that. It's just that we are not going to be having classes till then. But if team choose to go and rest till we come back, it's up to them. So nobody is going to penalize anybody for not attending meeting. But if team decide not to, they decide to work good. If they decide not to work good, so that is it. So that's thank you everybody for the patience, and I'm sorry we've exceeded our timeline, and because we have to accommodate a lot of other things. As we learned today, we equally need to be adaptive in when the time comes. So yeah, thank you.
Sir, please, this question is really important, sir.
What?
Sir, my hands were up.
Okay, please, after Mustafa, can we go?
Okay, sorry, sir. Just even before you mentioned that you gave team lead access to onboard anyone, I actually tried checking and I obviously cannot find how to do that, sir.
You have to go and learn, Mr. Mustafa. Is very easy to. The main thing is that your system is not working. It just started working. So go and watch videos. If you need to watch YouTube, watch and learn how to use FreeCam. It's very easy to use, because I'm not going there to teach you personally how to use. FreeCam is easier to learn than WhatsApp.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right.
Goodbye, Mr. Charles.
What?
Goodbye, sir.
Oh, goodbye, Salome.
I actually said you should go and sleep.